Welcome to Chump Change, everybody. The post show over here, all about the truth behind the lies. And I am once again joined by the cast of the previous episode, Gavin, Kyle, Larry, and Dante. Welcome back, all. So Gav, you had a great performance in that pushing the envelope around there, but we were still left with a lot of questions after it. So so we have some true stories to hear that we didn't get to hear. But first, let's start with the one we did hear, which is Larry did a wait a minute. All right. So you were working on a movie in Austin, right?
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Mm-hmm.
So you went to the after party, and so there were people there doing keg stands. Like what happened?
I made a slight misremembering on that. It wasn't the after party. It was they would do these parties, and one just happened to fall on my birthday. So it's like every Sunday, because it's a bunch of like up and coming comedians, they would do like an improv / open mic night, and all the producers would get a keg every week. So this one particular week just got really rowdy, and everyone's a bit drunk. And it was my birthday, and somehow Beck and Nick found out I'd never done a keg stand. And I mean, why would I? It's me. So they were going to make sure to change that. And so they did.
How'd it go? How'd the keg stand go?
Man, I just hate the taste of beer. So awful. Like
you don't even like beer?
Like, no, I mean, like the being upside down part was fun, but that's about it. The guzzling beer part was awful. Because it's like they put the thing and they put the thing in your mouth, and it just like the beer doesn't stop, and so it's just non-stop gross. And it's like, how do you tap out?
I gotta know what kind of beer was it?
Oh, cheap. The bad. I don't know. It all tastes like awful to me. So.
Cheap and bad. Larry, I love that. I love that you're like, man, that's a way to think of a keg stand. You're never-ending gross. I guess if you don't like beer, I mean, that's true. That's good. So wait, so they were like, you're doing this. Like, it was their idea.
Yeah, they were the ones that kind of like pressed me to do it. Because it's like, I'm drunk, they're drunk. Why would I have ever done one before? So they pressured me into it. I mean, and I was all for it. So like, you know, don't think I wasn't excited to do it, you know, but yeah, it was
like, so you didn't it's not like you had the idea of I want to do a keg stand.
Yeah, they had the idea of you need to do it. You've never done one.
And it's your birthday.
Yeah, they were the what's that? Yeah, and it's my birthday, exactly. Yeah. So, you know, and they happened to be Nick and Beck were the leg boys for that. Because you know, they're good friends, because that was the thing. They were part of a comedy group called Good Neighbor. Beck technically wasn't an SNL member at the time. He actually found out he was getting the job like at our after party. That was why I crossed the wires a little bit. So
well, you know what, Larry, I will tell you, despite having gone to several frat parties, and you know, I grew up with friends that were into drinking and everything, I've never done a keg stand. So you have that over me. You've done one, and I have not.
Wow. What a world.
That, Larry. Look at you. Damn.
Yep. Just me, my keg stand, and my Jared shoes.
No keg stand for me either. No keg stand for me either.
We've all got to do one together.
It's impressive. I know. Next time I'm in Austin. Next time I'm in Austin on one of the shows, Achievement Hunter show, we'll just bring a keg in there and we'll just do a keg stand.
Yeah.
Larry could be the leg guy.
There we go. Right. Larry's all of our leg guys.
Larry could be the leg guy, left leg guy.
So you can all experience it, the joy that I had. And you like beer, so it's upside down fun deliciousness for you. Like, it's a win-win.
All right, now let's hear about the stories that we didn't get to hear. Let's start things off with Dante. So the raid in the hotel, what happened?
Yeah.
What led to it? Where was it? What went down?
So I was shooting a movie out in Jordan, which is an Arabic country, right? And when we got there, the embassy told us all these rules about the country and all these things, and I'm a young American kid, and I'm like, whatever. We kind of went in one ear, went out the. We don't really pay attention to the rules that much, right? But one of the rules is you can't have a woman in your room that's not your wife. Like you can't
Oh.
do that
Huh.
in this country. And so I met these two girls that were backpacking across the Middle East on holiday from university in Jerusalem or something. A British Pakistani girl and a Jewish blonde chick from Michigan. They're super cool. They hung out with me on the set all day. They're backpackers, and then they wanted me to like sneak back into the rooms that we shot in. They had some they were like, we have some hashish. Let's just do this. I'm like, I have this hotel room. I have this 5-star hotel room, balcony. We could watch MTV. This is like the 90s, right? Like we just come hang out in the room. And then they're like, that sounds nice. We haven't taken a shower in a few days. I'm like, yeah, let's go to the room and hang out. And I thought, I'm all of 23 or something like that at the time, 22 maybe. And I was like, this is going to be a fantasy of all fantasies in the Middle East that I'm doing. And I think we were in the room for about 5 minutes. MTV got Biggie playing on MTV. And then next thing you know, 8 men in my room in all black with rifles yelling at no women, Arabic rule. I was like, whoa, hold up.
Oh my God.
I'm like,
You just
wow.
smashing the door? Like
Smashing? I mean, they had the guy, they didn't smash the door. The guy, they had I guess the hotel manager just unlocked the door. And then 8 dudes rush in my room.
Your pants.
I shit my pants. They're yelling Muslim rule, Muslim rule. And I'm like, we're not Muslim. No Muslims are invited. And then my executive producer, thank God my executive producer is like next door, and he like comes out, and he's like this older guy. He's out. It's like maybe 1:30 at night, and he's like just woke up out of bed. You can tell he's like just woke up from all the yelling and screaming, and he's in his tidy whitey underwears and like a t-shirt, like, hey, what's going on? And I'm like, they're trying to take me to jail. But thank God they didn't take me to jail.
God.
They just kicked the girls out, and I was like, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I apologize. I profusely apologize. I didn't realize the extent of rules in this country. I didn't realize the extent of the rules that they're going to go to let you know don't be doing this.
Yeah. That would warrant such a response. That's incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a crazy moment.
That's insane. Yeah, what a reversal on like how that night was.
Like, no Muslims are in. We're not Muslim. I don't know if the Pakistani girl was Muslim or not, but I was just claiming none of us are Muslim.
I can imagine be like, I'm not Muslim. What are you?
They're not. No Muslims are invited here.
I can just imagine at some point.
I don't know her religious affiliations. I don't know.
I can imagine at some point later in the movie, like you meet more girls and they're like, hey, can we come back to your room? And you're like, hell no, like, no get away from me.
You're like, that's not allowed in this country, and I'm sticking by that.
I love that both of these stories are true, and that one's so much more believable than mine.
It is. It really is. But speaking of which, Kyle, we didn't get to hear the true story from either. So you and your dad accidentally wound up in a male strip club.
Mm-hmm.
How did that accidentally happen? Where were you? What went down?
So this was in college. Like this was, I guess a little bit after, I must have just turned 21 because I went to a bar with my dad, but it was around that time. So I'm back home in Kansas because I went to University of Texas. So I'm back home in Kansas visiting my dad, and he's like, a family friend of ours, a really good friend of his. He's like, hey, he wants to meet up with us for dinner. We're going to go to this new place. It's called the South Beach Bar and Grill. So we head over there, and we walk in, and it just looks like a normal sports bar. And we're like, okay, this is kind of neat. And it's like, well, we'll see you when Larry shows up, which is my dad's friend. We eat, and we haven't heard from him. We're like, what's going on? And he's just like, my dad calls him. He's just like, yo, where are you? And he's like, aren't you here at the bar? He's like, yeah, we don't see you anywhere. And he's like, oh, I'm in the back. And we're like, what? And then there are these two big double doors that he comes through. And he's like, yeah, come on back. So we go back there and we bust open the doors. And this was like Michael Bay's Miami club. Like, it had the light up floor. It looked like a legitimate club. And this is in the middle of like suburban Kansas. Like, it was the most legit thing I've been to. And it was ladies' night. So like, there are a bunch of single women in there. My dad was happy because like my parents are divorced. So my dad was like, oh yeah, they're like all in my age range. So he was having a good time. And so I'm like, all right, that's enough. So we sit down, we start talking to him. I go to the bathroom, and in the bathroom, they're just like a bunch of dudes, and there's like clothes hanging up everywhere, and they're all like ripped. So like, I can't get into the bathroom, but I'm just trying to figure out like what's going on. Like, why are all these ripped dudes in this bathroom? And my mind is trying to tell me what the truth is, but I just like can't believe it. And I go back to the table, and I'm trying to like figure out how to explain to my dad it's like what I just saw. And right then the DJ gets on, and he's just like, it's ladies' night tonight. And they all go, woo! And then he's like, we got a special surprise for all you ladies out there. Yeah! And then it's like, we got some male strippers in here, and they all just lose their mind, and they just hit this song. I still remember it. It's Hell Yeah by Rev Theory. And this dude comes out and just starts going into his routine. And me and my dad just look at each other. We do this. And then we just go back because we just can't believe this is happening. And he's going into his legit routine. He goes down to banana hammock. He doesn't show full peen because this is still suburban Kansas. But my dad's like, I think we need to leave. And I'm like, well, why? And he's like, oh, this is probably illegal. This is in the suburbs. This is Kansas. There's like permits and stuff. We could get raided at any moment. This is like what you see on the news the next day. So we did not stay too long after that. Because like he tells me earlier, he's like, I was choosing whether or not to stay because like it's gonna get all the ladies like hot and bothered. So he's like, well, that could be good. But then he's like, no, this could get raided any moment. We gotta leave. I don't want to get arrested with this on real
conscience there.
Mm-hmm.
Magic Mike time. It was straight up Magic Mike time.
Mm-hmm. I feel like if I wound up that situation, I would just have to hang out. I mean, like, I gotta see where this goes.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you're dad.
Give me a hell, give me
you don't understand how close that is to it. Yeah, he was going for it, and then like we stayed through the song, but my dad's like, I think we gotta leave because he's really having that debate. He's just like, we could stay, but like Kansas does have those like they're conservative. Yeah.
Or it's just time to just like snuggle up some girl and like, you want a drink? How you feeling? You want some? Right. You thirsty right now? I got anything you want.
It was a struggle. It was a struggle.
I feel like I couldn't pull that off either. Like if I was in a situation where that happening, I couldn't go up to someone and be like, "Hey, do all these like in really great shape, like good-looking men got you hot and bothered? Well, I'm here." Like, you know, sure it's a step down, but you know, I'm attainable.
You're like, those are my boys. Which you want to drink?
Yeah.
What do you want? And you can go back to my plate. I'm not Muslim, so you can come back.
Hotel room.
Yeah, I'm not Muslim. And Larry doing a keg stand in the back. Oh man, what a scene it would be. Oh God. All right. Well, those, everyone, are the true stories behind the lies that we didn't get to hear during the actual episode. Thank you again to Gavin, Kyle, Larry, and Dante for coming by for this episode. We will be back next week. And then the week after, and I think the week after, we'll be taking some time off, resetting, enjoying the holidays as we get into the new year. And fingers crossed it's a better one than 2020 was, because we need it. Thanks again, guys. And to all you watching, we'll see you later.